name's Wayne and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to put the Hotchkis adjustable shocks on my 1970 Cuda. So let's open up the boxes and take a look at them. Alright, so we're going to open up one of each, take a look at them. So we'll start here with the rear shock. Everything by Hotchkis comes packaged really well. Super impressed. I mean, these individual shocks were in another cardboard box, heavy duty, so you're just not going to get any damage. So that's nice and reassuring. So, all right, here they are. Man, first thing I notice is really lightweight, quality components. And just really good, nice construction. Everything is, nothing looks cheap on it. So here we have the adjuster dial, a nice knurled grip, tells you which direction to tighten up and firm up the rebound. So here's the front shock. They all have a packing slip. I've already opened these up, obviously. I've looked at them before. Alright, same deal, right? So it's nice. It has the bushings for the front strut shock tower. So that's nice. I'll have to remove my old ones. And that is slick. I like it, man. I love that knurled grip and adjuster there. Easy to adjust right from the engine bay. So that'll be great. So, alright, let's get into it. Now the other thing I picked up for these, since I have a lot of mismatched parts on the car, is some new hardware. I love having nice, or at least correct, hardware. So here's the front lower mounting shock bolts. So these will go through here in the lower control arm to hold it. And then I also end up getting the rear, proper rear washers and nut for the rear shock plate. So the rear lower shocks have the two special washers. The one with the large hole goes on first, so it can go over the base of the stud all the way up to where it seats. And now we're ready to put all this fun silicone grease on this base here. So these shocks have a polyurethane bushing on the lower, so we want to make sure that's all greased up well on this sleeve as well as some on that washer. So this stuff is a nightmare if you get it on your skin and your fingers. It just is hard to get off. So we're gonna use some gloves here and spread it liberally on. And we're also going to put some inside here as well as the faces of the bushing that's going to mate up against the washer. Trying to do the due diligence right now to keep squeaks away. Alright. This is always fun. Record it with the car, but we're going to have all of our hardware. So we're going to have all of our hardware right where we can easily access it. And now we need to slide the shock on, and we just want to be careful that the adjuster is facing inboard away from your tire. So do it as such. That. Now we're going to get our this washer and our nut. Now we get to compress the shock and try to get it up where it needs to be. This is that one part. Alright, the bolt's through. Now we're going to get our washer and our nut. Get back the bolts. So we have these little access holes in the trunk, which are perfect for putting your wrench to hold the nut on the top shock bolt. Now we're just going to tighten up that upper shock bolt. And now we just got to tighten up that upper shock bolt. So the upper bolt is all secure, and then now I'm going to do the lower. And all of these nuts and bolts, they're all 3/4 inch. The lower one's pretty cool, so you can't over compress it the way it's all shouldered. So once it's tight, it is good. So the rear shocks that are in had no problems. Let's go to the fronts. So I just got the factory upper mounts out. We won't be needing those bushings at all, as the Hotchkis ones come with more polyurethane bushings that we'll use, and we'll have to use more of that lovely sticky grease. So the first thing we have to do is remove the little adjuster nut at the very top, and this is held on with an Allen screw. So once we slide this up through the shock tower, we'll be able to put our, you have a nut, like a lock nut, then your adjuster. So these are all 9/16. These two nuts are. And again, these two upper bushings are both polyurethanes. We have to use our favorite grease on these on both sides just to make sure we don't have any squeaks. You can put some on the little washer side. Put some on the shaft. And slide this down. Slide it around, and then we'll put some more on the mating surface. And we'll slide it in place. Get our shock lined up with the lower control arm. You might have to use a jack. Now we're going to install our lower shock bolt. The head of the bolt is always at the front of the car. That was easy. Now we're going to tighten it up. Alright, now with the jack out of the way, we have a lot more room. The head of that bolt is 5/8, and the nut is 11 16. Alright, here we go. So we're just going to clean off the rest of that grease, and now with the lower shock all tightened up, come back to the top here, and 9/16 ratchet, and I'm sure I'm happy with how tight this is. Jam that on top of the nut. And don't forget, these polyurethane bushings, they're not going to compress much, so don't expect to get a big bulge with these like you would your normal rubber shocks or your normal rubber boots. Alright, now we're just going to go get our adjuster and put that on. So when putting this on, you just want to look for the side that has the flat. I'm going to line that up with your set screw. It's right on. There it is. Done. So now the front shocks are in as well, and let's take a look. We're going to put our new little shock plates in. I've had these forever. I was missing one. Now with the shocks on, we can cross those off the list. So we have the Hotchkis adjustable shocks on the car, and now it's one more thing we can cross off the list, and it means we're a little closer to getting the car back on the road. And shocks are really one of the best suspension upgrades you can do for an old car. You don't have to go adjustables, but if you do, you have the option to tighten those up for a little former ride when you want a little better performance. So thanks again for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And if you turn on the bell notifications, you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.